Hey everyone, and welcome to Crushing Land for this week. My name is Jonathan here with the Land Method, and we are going to be talking about a topic that comes up a lot, and it actually has nothing to do with land investing on its own. It has to do with business in general. We're going to give some land investing specifics, but it is how do you measure success? And along with that, more importantly, it is not allowing other people to determine your success. What does that even mean? You may say, I never do that. And the bottom line is, you do, and you don't even realize it, and that's why we're going to talk about it a little bit. So first, when it comes to, we'll give one example here when it comes to land investing and things that happen. And you may say, I don't have this problem, and a lot of people don't, but a lot of people do, and that's why we're going to talk about this specific example here at the beginning, and then we'll go into things more. But one thing that happens is some people, many people have said over the years that I've talked to, I can't offer $20,000 on a piece of property that's worth $80,000. I simply can't do that because people think that I'm a bottom feeder and I'm a liar and I'm a scum and the things that they say back to these offers. And yes, you're going to get some responses like that. But again, remember, that's some. The vast majority of owners that are getting these offers don't feel that way. They may not take your offer, but they don't feel that way. They understand what your business is. But you are allowing other people to dictate your success at that point if that is stopping you from doing those type of things. And I know people that it has stopped from doing that. People are sitting there and they're saying, I have to offer at least 35 to 45% of value on every single property because I don't want to be labeled as that. Why? You don't want to be labeled that by people that you're never going to meet, somebody that you're never going to have interaction with again, somebody that may not have even taken your offer, even if you offered 80%, 90%, 100%. It doesn't matter. Don't let other people dictate your success, right? Because what you got to look at it from the business side of things. Why are you offering that number? This is your livelihood. This is what you do for a business. So yes, you need to be successful. You need to actually have room for profit there, right? And when you look at things from the perspective of, well, you're the one spending all the marketing dollars, you're the one sending out all the mail, you're the one sending out all the texts, you're the one getting the list, you're the one reaching them, you're the one doing all of the things to get to that point, and then you're writing a contract with them, and then you're the one taking it from there to the end and doing everything else. Literally, all they're doing is signing their name, answering some questions with you, and then cashing a check. From that perspective, the value of the property for what it is to them goes down, right? What it is, because they're not doing as much. So because of that, you have to look at it from the right perspective. Don't be looking at it from the market value is this, and so it has to always be worth that. No, the market value is dependent on what's actually being done and what work is being involved in it. And so you have to look at it from that perspective, which means you're not letting other people's opinions of you dictate your success. It's huge. And you may say, again, I don't have that problem, but I know I've heard over the years going to live seminars, talking with coaching students, talking to people in groups, all of these things. It's a huge one. Yeah, if I offer $20,000 on $80,000, people are going to think X of me. Don't worry about what people think of you. Don't let them dictate your success. You may not have a problem with that one. But where things, most people, almost everybody, myself included over the years and others, do have a problem with success is looking at other people's success, right? What determines success? You do. What my view of success is, what Gina's, my business partner's view of success is, what any investor, what any business person, what any person in the world's view of success is all different. You get to determine that. So don't buy into everything that's put out there and then use that to be your view of success. And what do I mean by that? If you've watched many other people out there that are promoting different products and real estate investing and things like that, what do they almost always show? Right? Private jets, living in mansions, driving $100,000, $200,000 sports cars. Is that it's flash is what it is, right? But is that really success? Maybe for a few, but for the vast majority of people watching this, the vast majority of people out there, they don't care about that. They don't care about living in a 10,000 square foot house. They don't care about flying around in private jets. They don't care about driving, six-figure vehicles around. It doesn't matter to them. That's not their view of success. It's flash. And to be honest and open with you, the vast majority of the people putting those out there aren't doing those things either. They don't care. They know it's flash, and they use them as props. But the point is, that's the idea that's propagated to you. But you have to look at it from how do you personally view success. And the reason that we're bringing that up is a lot of people look at this insane level, this multi-7-figure level, and doing all of these deals and driving that car and having that house and jet sitting privately and all of these things, and then they view that as success when they're right here and they feel like they can never get there. And the bottom line is, most people don't ever want to get there. They want to get here. And that is much more attainable, right? It's so much easier to get here. This is 100 times what they're doing. This is 10, right? It's a lot easier to go 10 times. And so the problem is, most people don't even want to go 100. Why don't they want to go 100? Because it's a lot more work. You have to spend a lot more time with management. You have to do a lot of different things to build up a business, do that. I was just having a conversation with somebody about this literally 2 days ago on this subject, which is what kind of prompted this video. And he was one of those guys that blew up his land investing business. He has a land investing business. He was a coaching student of mine. Blew it up, went crazy with it, multiple 7 figures a year, insane overhead, multiple employees, overseeing all of these things, working like crazy, overseeing things, and realized it really wasn't doing much for him. He was making good money, nothing wrong with that. He said that. But he's spending a lot of time, he's spending a lot of effort. And he came to the realization, he said, I just want to be able to pay my bills, cover my costs of living, not work so hard, and, enjoy my life a little bit. And I don't need this size business to do that. And that's the way most of us think. That's why one of those interviews that somebody we had, maybe you guys saw it, maybe you didn't, one of the guys talked about how we're just a couple of normal guys and we're not all about the flash and the fluff and the duff and the Lamborghinis and all of that. That was the term they used. And there's a reason for that. That's because that's not the way we live, and that's not the way most people want to live. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, we have a nice house, and we drive reliable vehicles, and we travel a lot. You guys see that, but it fits what we want to do. You want to measure success with the way that you want to achieve success. What is success? Success is just the accomplishment of a certain goal or objective. That's all it is. So if your goal or objective is, I don't want to be working for somebody else, I don't want to be working 40, 60, 80 hours a week, or I want more freedom, I want to travel more, I want to be able to spend more time with my family, I have some endeavor, some hobby that I love, right? I want to be more involved in a spiritual or an emotional area, whatever it may be in your life, or all of those things. That is your view of success. That's your objective. And when you look at it from those perspectives, it's so much easier to say, hey, I can get involved in land investing and I can accomplish that by doing X. We had an interview with Luke, and one of the things that he talked about was in just a few deals and a few text messages and things like that, he was able to generate X. Now, was it 7 figures? No, right? But it was enough where it was bringing in, and this was just a few deals and very quickly, but it was enough to bring in steady income. It was enough to replace those things. It was enough to live the life that he wanted, and he was building that pattern up. And everybody can do that same thing. So when you look at success, you want to be looking at it from your own view. What are you looking to accomplish, right? I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I do want this. And what helps you get there, right? A lot of these guys, and maybe some of you want to run a 7-figure business, that's fine. But if that's your goal, the key is there, I just said, running, right? You're going to be involved until you get to some point. You're going to be very heavily involved. Just like the person that I mentioned. They were running that kind of business, but they were the owner of the company. And yes, there was always things that they had to handle. And so because of that, it was very, very, very time consuming. People make it sound like, oh, you just pass this off to other people. It's not true, right? There's other people that are managing certain aspects of this, that, but you're still the owner. The buck still stops with you. You have to do all of those things. So because of that, you're still very, very involved. Whereas, when I was talking with this person the other day, they were talking about making a few $100,000 a year, more than covers all the living expenses, lets them kind of live the life that they want, less headaches, less stress, and things like that. So when it comes to success, I'm not saying what's right and what's wrong. I know people that I've talked to that view making $50,000 a year in real estate investing, land investing, which is very, very easy to do. They view that as super successful because it accomplished what? It accomplished their goal, right? I have other people that I've talked to that are making $100,000 a year, $200,000 a year, $300,000 a year. And yes, some are making 7 figures. And all of them view success differently. Why? Because it accomplishes what they were looking to do. So don't let other people dictate it. That comes to the deal level too, right? There's people out there that are doing deals left and right. They're buying them for $200-$300 and selling them for $2,000 and $3,000. And you may say, I'll never do that. I'd never do that. Why? Because I don't want the headache. I don't want to be buying properties that low and only making $1,700, $1,800, $2,000, $2,500 profits on them. I just don't want to do it. I did hundreds of deals like that when I started. I don't do them anymore. But that's my decision, right? I don't enjoy that, and so it doesn't fit my view of success. But that's me. You may feel differently. There's other people that only want to do X number. I will only touch deals that I can make $25,000 or more on. They don't have to do as many, but they said that's all I'm going to do. I don't do that either. I don't feel like it has to be that high. But again, that's me. Everybody's different. So when it comes to success, right, just remember what success is. Success is simply the accomplishment of a goal. So if your goal, if this is where you are right now and your goal is right here, and you get involved in land investing, guess what? You were successful when you hit it, right? And then if you raise that goal and you hit it, you're successful. And if you raise it a little bit more and you hit it, you're successful. You've been successful the entire time. So don't look at it from, I'm here and this is what's being out there and this is what everybody's talking about. And when I'm right here, I'm not, no, right? Because you still hit what you were looking for. So you need to sit down and take down what's important to you, what you actually want. And I don't mean what you hope. I mean, yes, there's different people out there that are like, oh man, I would love to do X, all of these things, right? And a lot of times at the beginning that is true. But look at it from what true success is. Where would you view yourself as truly successful? I would view myself as truly successful if I wasn't having to work for somebody else, if I could spend X amount of hours a week with my family, if I only had to do this, if we could take 4 vacations, whatever it may be. If you do that, and that's where you say, that's where I feel I'm truly successful, and you hit those things, you've done it. And then you can determine from there if you want to keep going, if you want to grow. But what I have seen over and over and over again is what happens is people do this, and then they grow, and then they do it, and then they grow, and they think they have to get up here, and they get up to about here, and then they're like, you know what? I didn't need this. And they actually scale back to like right in this area. So the point is, don't let other people determine it for you. That's the bottom line. Don't let other people determine your success in this business, right? You could get in, you could be like, my goal is to get my first deal done in 2 months. And you get a deal done, you make $5,000 and you're successful, right? And then you grow from there. You don't let it stop, but you keep going. So what the point is here at this, right, is not to be swayed one way or the other. Don't let anybody look at it. Don't worry about what other people's opinions are of you. Don't let other people's view of what they're doing in life. All of those things, it doesn't matter. Focus on what matters to you, get out there, get involved, and you'll realize that you will be truly successful hitting your goals, hitting the accomplishments that you want, and then you'll be able to actually enjoy the life that you set up, and that's all possible because of what we do in our land investing business. So again, guys, thanks for joining us. Thanks for being here with us today. Don't forget to tune in every week for Crushing Land. Like, subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube or podcast, you're listening, whatever it may be. Follow along as we'll continue to give great content for land investing. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. We're here to help. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great day. We'll catch you next time.